It was kind of natural for us to get into fighting, into boxing, and you know, we never really looked back after that. When we was like 11, I had my first fight when I was 12, but we started in the gym when we was 11. Then 3 months later, I had my first professional fight. I mean, amateur fight.
Right.
And we never looked back from there.
So you got a decorated amateur background then.
Yeah. So I was a 2-time national champion in England. I was like a 3 or 4-time finalist. You know, I had 82 fights. I won 73 and lost 9, so I had a pretty good amateur record. My brother got something similar. Right. You know, but we knew that when it was time for us to turn professional, we wanted to come to America. You know, we were born in America, so we had the option to be able to do that. And at that time, we felt like, you know, America has like a deeper history of boxing. So we was like, you know what, that's going to be diving into the deep end. But we want to go test ourselves to see if we can swim with the sharks. Right. So far, it's going well.
Now, how was boxing in the UK? Because I've never been there, but I don't know if you know, that was me that got in a little spat with Anthony Joshua when he was here with the DAZN. Yeah. Oh, okay. And you know, I get a lot of backlash from that, man.
No, you know what? Like the boxing in the UK is good, very good. You know, like. Amateur and professional, very good. You know, we had a great amateur career in England. You know, a lot of competition. You know, especially over the last 10 years, the professional game in England has been high standard. They've had a lot of world champions, you know, in all different weight divisions. So, you know, the boxing is really live over there right now. And of course, you know, the fans support the boxing, so it's been growing a lot more in the UK. So
now, since you're from the UK, I gotta ask you, what you think about the Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder situation, man?
You know what? I can't really talk on the situation as far as why they haven't fought yet or why they can't come to terms. I don't know if it's which one of them it is. You know, Wilder makes it seem as if it's Joshua. Joshua makes it seem as if it's Wilder, but there's someone or something's getting in the way. But hey, I just look forward to the fight. When the fight comes, I think it's going to be a good fight. It's hard. Again, it's hard to predict or to pick a winner. Right. But they're both kind of similar in some ways and different in others. I think that Wilder is better technically. I mean, Joshua is better technically, but Wilder's got a big punch, and you know, you have to be able to avoid his punch for 12 rounds. Right. And it's really a matter of either you can avoid his punch for 12 rounds or you can get him out. Right. You know, Wilder showed against Ortiz that it's not going to be so easy to get him out. Right. He's a winner, you know, he's used to winning and he's a winner, so it's not going to be easy to get him out. Right. But, you know, I think that Joshua does have the skills to be able to do that, but I don't know if he has the chin. I don't know if anybody has the chin, you know, to make sure.
Because Wilder has the equalizer.
Right, big equalizer, you know what I'm saying? So Joshua can punch too, but Wilder, to me, he looks like one of the biggest punching heavyweights that we've seen for a long time. So, you know, it makes it like a 50-50 fight. You know, if I was putting money on it right now, I don't know. I think I would kind of go towards Wilder just because of the power. Right. But, you know, I would be going for Joshua. You know, we knew Joshua from the amateur days in England and stuff like that, so I'll be rooting for Joshua. But it's a tough fight. Right. They both got to, like, step up and bring their A game.
And my issue with the whole situation was he asked for the $50 million. And then he turned and he said, oh, well, you know, I got to fight in front of the fans in the UK. I owe it to them. You know, as a boxer, would you have been able to turn down that $50 million?
Me personally, I can't turn down no million. Anything that says million, I'm not turning it down. Right. 50 million is a lot of money to turn down. If that's actually what he did, then I don't know, it sounds like a bit of a mistake. But you know, he has these. I think that, you know, for Joshua, he's like the cash cow. Right. So he can fight in England against anybody and make multi-millions. So he don't need to fight financially. He don't need to fight as badly as Wilder. Right. So I feel like when it comes down to it, it's gonna have to be Wilder who's gonna have to like take the. You know, he may get paid less than he hoped for the fight initially, and maybe get more in a rematch. Right. I think that's probably the way around that's gonna go, just because Joshua's the money guy. Everyone wants to fight Joshua because he's the money. Right. You know, people would rather not fight Wilder and fight Joshua because you get more money for fighting Joshua, and it seems like he's not as dangerous as Wilder. Right. So, you know. Yeah, high risk, low reward. Exactly. Right. It's less of it's still a risk, but less of a risk fighting Joshua, of getting knocked out. High risk of fighting Wilder and getting knocked out.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? So,
Now, at this point in your career, right, who would you want to fight next if you had a choice?
you know, I find it hard to pull out fighters. For me, when it's my time to fight for the title, whoever's the champion.
Right.
Whoever's the champion, whoever's the #1 contender, whoever's in the top 5 and top 10, I want to fight anybody.
Right.
Any one of them, it don't matter. You know, of course, the champions are Lomachenko, Linares, Easter, these people. When my time comes and I'm up there, I'm ready to fight anybody.
What's your thoughts on Devin Haney?
You know, I haven't seen him fight the entire fight. I've just seen clips of him on the internet, and I saw a lot of his last fight. Just like around, he seemed like a very good fighter, excellent fighter. You know, and he's young, he's talented, and he seems dedicated to the sport. You know, he's training hard and he's getting the experience. So I think he's got a bright future. He may be someone that we meet in the future too. You know, but I'm always happy to see a young person that's focused, and he seems like he's building his name well, and he's making good moves, and he's fighting good fights, and so far he's proved himself. So hey, good luck to him.
Right. Yeah. Now let me ask you, how you feel about Mikey Garcia jumping from your weight class all the way up to fight Errol Spence at 147? Do you think that's a mistake?
Well, first of all, you know, I think that it shows a lot of his character to even want to do that, because most people who weigh 147 don't want to fight Errol Spence. Probably some people who weigh 154 wouldn't want to fight Errol Spence.
Right.
So it shows a lot of character for him being a lightweight to be saying he wants like one of the most dangerous. To me, the most dangerous welterweights are Crawford and Spence. For him to call out Spence, that's very brave.
Right.
And it shows like he's daring to be great, and it shows a lot of his character. But me personally, although Mikey Garcia is a great fighter, I can't see him beating Errol Spence. I think that's a bad fight for him, just because I think stylistically, the way they both fight, I don't think that he has the boxing skills to stay away from Spence. I think Spence could actually box him a little bit too. I think Spence is bigger, stronger. I feel like they're gonna clash in the fight, and Spence is gonna come out. You know, when skills are kind of evenly matched, then size matters. Right. If skills are not evenly matched, you know, sometimes Mayweather will fight somebody that's bigger than him, but his skills are higher than him. Then skills doesn't matter. Then the weight doesn't matter. Right. But when like we see Rigondeaux and Lomachenko, where the skills are kind of even, then size matters.
Then you're usually a great big man beats a great little man.
Exactly. So in this case, I think it's that. You know, I think that Spence is bigger and stronger. I actually do think Spence is a better fighter too. Right. And he's bigger and stronger, so I'll go with Spence.
Now,
let me out for Mikey Garcia for pulling him out.
Let me ask you, if you was Errol Spence, would you be offended that he coming from 2 weight classes?
No, you know what? I wouldn't be offended, because it gives him an opportunity to prove himself against another great fighter. Right. You know, and as fighters, you know that people believe in themselves. Right. You know, even you may be looking like there may be someone in the gym here who had no professional fight, and if you want to spar me, let's fight. Right. I'm not going to be offended because we're fighting. Right. So I think that that probably will motivate him in his training camp. That, you know, I'm not going to make sure I don't lose to this smaller guy, and make sure this guy, whatever he thinks he saw, I'm going to make him see that he saw wrong. Right. I'm sure that's going to motivate him, but no, you know what? We're all fighters. Mikey Garcia is a champion in multiple weight divisions. It's not an offense, you know. He just got, hey, you know what? Just go beat him. Just want to test his skills. I think he will. Right. Yeah, you know. But we've seen people move up from lighter weights and beat big champions. You know, back in the day, Duran moved up and fought Leonard and beat him. Right. You know, so you never know. Yeah, you never know. You're right. But if I'm putting my money, to me, Spence is like one of my favorite fighters right now. So I'm not betting against Spence. Only if he's fighting Crawford, it's 50-50, but anyone else, I'll got my money on Spence. Okay. So tell the people where they can find you, man. They can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm mostly used, on Bad News Burrell. I also use Twitter at Bad News Burrell, and Facebook. I'm on and off of Burrell Boxing on Facebook. And tell the people about your last fight, man. Oh, my last fight was in the Dominican Republic like 2.5 weeks ago now. I fought for the WBA Caribbean title. I won a unanimous decision against a Dominican guy over there. You know, it was a good fight. It was a competitive fight. I felt like I won every round. You know, from the fight before, I wanted to make sure that my defense was a little better than it was the last fight. But I felt like I won the last fight pretty comfortable, but I got hit a little too much for my liking. So this fight I wanted to tighten up on my defense and stuff like that. I think I did that successfully. I beat the guy comfortably. I hadn't fought for a year, and I came and beat him comfortably. I felt like I won every round. I hurt him quite a few times in the fight. You know, he was tough, so I didn't get the knockout, but sometimes it's just more important to get the win. And you know, this strap's gonna help me to climb up the rankings. So it was a good fight. You know, we worked hard to get ready for the fight, and I was in excellent condition, and it showed in the fight.
And when can we expect to see you back in the ring? I know it's a quick turnaround, but
yeah, you know, like if I hurt my hand a little bit in the fight, nothing too serious, so I've got to take a little time out. But I'm gonna be back in the ring most likely October or November.
Okay, okay.
So, you know, I'm back in the gym already, just staying in shape and you know, keep my strength up and my conditioning up, and you know, I'm ready to go soon. That's what's up.
That's what's up. So, I thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right, man.